Good evening, everyone. We are live here from our normal studio. Welcome to tonight's episode of Blunt Talk with Joey Blaze. I'm your host, Joey Blaze, here to wrap up DMVFFL Nitro. If you're watching, feel free to share everywhere. Let's go ahead and get to everything we need to. It was a great weekend. Sorry for the way I sound tonight. I got some allergies going on. It was a wide variety of temperatures this past weekend over at the park. It was sometimes very, very cold, other times very, very warm. In fact, when we started on Saturday morning, I think it was about 30, maybe 20. It was very cold, very chilly. And then as the weekend went on, it warmed up. Um, with that in mind, we're really excited to get this going. Welcome to tonight's episode. So to give a quick recap, your winners of the end championship game, 8-man came down to the Cartel and the Untouchables. We had the Untouchables back at East Coast Nationals. That was back in July. We had that when they lost in the championship game to the Savages, who, incidentally enough, they beat and what was one of the best comebacks I had seen. But in the end, it wasn't enough. Cartel was your champions. Big shout out to them. In the 5-man contact, we had a championship final of what ended up being EA Cobras and the ATA Warriors. Two offenses that looked fantastic all throughout pool play, and what was a defensive battle. And congratulations to both squads, Cobras and the Cartel. And joining us right now to talk about this weekend is the man who brought it to life himself. Give a big shout out to him. Let's go to speaker view real quick. But welcome to the show, Mr. Craig Mims.
What's going on, Joey? How's it going, buddy?
It's going really well, man. How are you?
Fantastic. I like that sweatshirt up there.
Thank you. It's a little crooked, but it looks fine when I first set it up. I had to quickly get that one.
Hey, no worries, man. So, I think I heard when you first.
By the way, big thank you for that.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for being out there. You guys did a great job. It was an exciting weekend. I think you said something about having a good time this past weekend. The Nitro tournament. Just to throw this out there, in case you don't know, Todd Nitro Jones is a part of the Flag family, kind of a matriarch of the game that was around for a long time, especially when me and Mike, my partner, were coming up. So he made a real big impression, helped us learn the game, and he's no longer with us. So what we do is we do this Nitro tournament in remembrance of him every year. This may be I don't know. We may have been doing it for about maybe a decade by now. I'm not exactly sure. I don't want to mark that, but anyway, we had a good time, man. What was your favorite part of the tournament, Joey?
Man, it was just being there for all the action. That was my favorite part, from sunrise all the way to close to sunset. It was great to be just back out there in a tournament. It had been a while for me, Craig. I hadn't been in a tournament like that since January, so it had been a hot minute for me. And I'll tell you, in preparation for what's to come in the 2021 flag football season, I am ecstatic based on what I saw this weekend at DMVFFL Nitro.
Yeah, it was great. I know the fields were a little bit of a hike for some people. We were in Westminster, Maryland. When we got the permits, they were the only fields we could get. The good news is that PG County is opening up, so we will be doing some stuff back at our home turf in Bowie, Maryland, for the remainder of the year. But I guess this is ultimately a Nitro recap. So, shout out to Le Cartel from North Carolina. They came up here. They're actually pretty much regulars. They're almost a home team. Although a majority of them are from North Carolina, they come up and play in almost every tournament that this area has, whether it's our event or someone else's. They just love the competition. we provide a little bit of a different competitive level than some of the other areas do. So a lot of teams like to come here and play. So we love to be able to provide that product for them. Shout out to the Untouchables also for being able to get in that championship game. I know it was a hard fought 8-man game. Just to go down the list, I mean, 8-man was 18 total teams. You got Cartel won the championship. Untouchables were the runner-ups. Spartans took third. DMV Elite took fourth. Smoking Ducks and Savages tied for fifth. Seventh was tied for Maryland Select Patriots and Baltimore Rebels. Ninth was tied with Lights Out and New Era Firehawks. 11th was tied for Disciples and Bangin' Bengals. 13 was a four-way tie, Goon Family, Horsemen, DMV Jags, ATA Warriors. And then 17 was tied for 717 Elite and Prime Time. So, again, that was an 18-team tournament, super competitive. Great action you got on your live feeds. That was really good. I can't think of another tournament in the recent history that literally probably 5% of the tournament games were live fed. And that's thankful to you, Joey, and your crew, TBT. So we really appreciate that.
Shout out to Ross Collins, who just entered the room.
Hey.
Ross, welcome
Mr.
to
Ross.
the show tonight.
Mr. Ross, thank you, buddy. You did a good job too. Let's just go down the 5-man real quick too. So since we had 16 super competitive 5-man teams, congratulations to EA Cobras for winning that championship in, I guess it was double overtime. That was interesting. The way that the FFWCT rulebook reads for the overtime, they basically have to play an entire game. But so anyway, EA Cobras won. ATA Warriors took second. Third was Disciples, tied with Smash Mouth. Fifth was a four-way with Bullets, Maryland Bullets, Flight, Maryland Menace, and Judah. And then all the rest were ninth, Southern Maryland Venom, Warpath, OTF, Unknown Talent, Misfits, Maryland Hornets, Goon Family, Strictly Business. So yeah, man, I'd like to ask both of you guys, while you were doing the live feeds, which game was your favorite game to do the live feed and why? What made it so much fun to do?
For me, if we're talking about 8-man, which is where I started at in the weekend, I got to think over it. I'm trying to go through every game in my head as fast as I can real quick because it was a lot this weekend. We had a lot of excellent games from start to finish. I really enjoyed the Disciples Ducks match to start day 2. That was a really competitive game between those two squads. It was really back and forth. And I really liked that game. And as for
Nice.
5-man, I'd have to go with the championship. That game was crazy, man. I've never seen a 5-man game where neither team could score like the way it was. Like that was a defensive dogfight straight out of the day. That
was fun.
Yeah, that was a really excellent game.
What about you, Ross? I know you're in the room. What was your favorite games to do for 8-man, and then what was your favorite 5-man game?
Favorite 8-man game is definitely the championship. That was a good game. It was a good game too. I thought Untouchables was going to win that first game. I really did think they had a chance, but Cartel.
Yeah, from sitting at the tent, it was kind of unusual because one side or the other wasn't really live. So it was hard to tell without asking the officials what team was winning. Everybody was focused. Everybody was, honed in on the prize. So there wasn't a lot of extra action going on, yelling and screaming and stuff. So that made it super competitive. A lot of good action there. What about 5-man, Ross?
Yeah, I was trying to think. What would have been my favorite 5-man game? Probably one of the Disciples. Then I don't know who they're playing now at this point. Yeah,
I think you did Disciples.
Yeah, I was
versus. I'm trying to think.
That was the most competitive one.
I think it was our quarterfinals. No, you started with Bullets first, I think.
Yeah, Bullets was first.
You did Bullets, and then you went over.
They beat them 13-0.
Yeah, that Bullets. And I think you did Disciples. I can't remember who they played anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Second game, I think, and I think that was the first round game.
Yeah, they knocked. Yeah, their first.
Yeah. You guys lost your memory because I kept you guys hydrated while you were behind the camera.
I just can't remember offhand who the opponent was.
At that point, there's so many games, especially 5 minutes. The way you have it set up,
We just keep going. We try to get bonus coverage every time.
Yeah. No, you guys did a great job. One of the things that the feedback. So what I did is I got some feedback from some of the players that were there and some of the players that weren't there. Some of the people that were watching the live feeds. I also got some feedback from the park, so I'll share some of that with you. The live feeds seem to be great. You guys do a great job. You guys understand flag football. The commentary was good. You were explaining what was happening. So that was positive. With you guys not doing a lot of 8-man and 5-man in the area, it's hard for you guys to call people by their names. So I think that'll just come with time. The more you do it, the better you'll get with that. But
and with us, like I think for 8-man, this was my third 8-man tournament I did, and for Ross, I think this was his second. And even then, I actually don't even think we barely covered much 8-man at the last one we did.
No, you didn't.
Hit up very little. I know we did. I covered a lot when I did East Coast Nationals on that first day. Yeah, and second day. Get acclimated to it. And honestly, I look forward to this year's East Coast Nationals. I felt like a lot of talent was held back from last year's event due to COVID. I think this year's event will be even bigger.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And while we're talking about that, if you're watching this and you're thinking about playing, get on the list. What we're going to be doing over the next week is the divisions that are not filling up, we're going to basically cut them down so we don't have to accept so many teams, so we can open up spots for the teams for the styles and divisions that have wait lists. We got to cater to the groups that are actually registering. So don't wait till the last minute. Register now. April 1st at like 7:00 is the deadline for teams to pay a deposit. So anytime after that, you have to pay in full for East Coast Nationals in Richmond, Virginia. And if there is a team on the wait list and you still have not paid in full, they have an opportunity to potentially take your spot if they pay in full. So April 1st at 7 p.m., you need to make that payment. We can put the link up there for East Coast Nationals. I know this is a Nitro show, but I definitely want to plug that because it's important. It's the next thing that we got coming up. Real quick, getting back into the feedback. So, we talked about the live feeds, the park. The park was super happy to have us. They really like it. We supported their concession stands. It was for the most part, everybody followed the no parking rules except for the couple people that park right in front of the no parking sign. Who knows why people do that? But no, it was good. The only thing I would say, and this is typically a common problem in flag football, and if it doesn't shape up, they're going to ship us out, is the trash was incredibly horrid.
Bro,
I could not agree more.
Bro,
when we pulled up there Sunday, I was like,
facts.
Holy shit.
Facts. It was bad on Sunday morning.
How did people leave like that?
That was just disgraceful, man. There was just too much. The whole field, even like the side of the road was trash. It's like, why, man? That's a really nice parking facility.
Trash cans everywhere.
You can run a lot of events at that park. You can do a lot of things there.
Put your trash in the trash can.
Exactly, 100%.
Yeah, and that gets to the point where if we don't take care of things, they won't invite us back. I mean, that's the reality of it. We can have a good time. The weather was phenomenal. We had beautiful weather. It was weird when I got there first thing in the morning, everything was froze. But then by noon, I took off the sweatshirt and it was nice. It was crazy. But yeah, just clean up your trash, everybody. If your team is given a trash bag, which unfortunately they weren't this time, but I typically do that, just help clean up, put all the trash in the trash bag. I walked around at the end of both nights and did as much as I could. But it was definitely noticed by the park, and it was, for lack of a better term, we definitely got our slap on the hand, and said if it happened like that again, then we would not be able to use that park again. So just throw your trash away. That's the moral of the story. Throw your trash away.
Even at the back of the 5-man field with water bottles. Dangerous, man.
Yeah, dude. Like that was just so bad, man. You just fellas. Yep. Like you can't. Like you just can't, man.
Yeah.
That should be done at the end of each game. Each team should have to clean up their sideline.
Yes, definitely.
Try to do it here in Washington County, and for the most part, it sticks. I have my team clean up their sideline every game. We don't do that.
Yeah, don't ever trash the side. Please, man, for the parks, for the people, like, come on.
Even when you got the kids, man, the kids love it. My kid loves it. That's what I do. I have all the kids running around, see who can pick up the most trash first.
Yeah. I mean, I should have did that. There really wasn't there were some kids there, but it wasn't so crazy.
I don't put that on you, man. I put that on in my personal opinion, I put that on captains and coaches and stuff. Like that should be regular business. Just clean up your sideline when you're done playing the game. That's it.
Oh, and while we're talking about the trash, shout out to the disciples. You guys really helped out on Saturday evening after the tournament, as it was wrapping up, cleaning up the trash. And I'm sure there were a couple of others that did it too, but we just want to recognize the team, the 8-man team and 5-man team disciples for helping pick up the trash on Saturday evening, around their area, even the trash that wasn't theirs. So that's huge.
I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, like that's the thing. Like if we just took the accountability and started cleaning up after ourselves, like it would be better for everything else. Like you take a look at, man, fields or something where if you mess up too many times, they're done with you. Yeah, like that's not your land, man. You can't trash someone's land. That's not. Yeah, man. And it's like, to me, I just look at it and you can't just take care of it like it's your own field. The football field is our home. It is our sanctuary. Please treat it as such. I said this last year when we had our camp over in Fairgrounds up in Hagerstown. Please take care of the home fields.
Yes, definitely.
Otherwise, we're not going to have any fields. They're going to tell us to go play in a parking lot.
Yep. That's true.
Yeah.
So, anything else we want to talk about Nitro? You got any questions, Joey, Ross?
I don't really have any questions, man. I just look forward to your next event. East Coast Nationals, May 1st and 2nd, Richmond, Virginia. Back at it again, man. Hey, last year,
definitely.
What a show it was. If you think it was crazy last year, just wait to what we have in store for you at East Coast Nationals, May 1st and 2nd, courtesy of the DMVFFL.
Yep. So we actually partnered up. I want to.
Who you got, Craig?
So the DMVFFL is not the sole group that is running East Coast Nationals. We have Camel City Flag Football out of North Carolina. is also part.
Jacob Black, they're really good people.
Yes.
Got a chance to meet both of them last year at East Coast Nationals.
Yep.
Really awesome. Presta's really nice. She does a great job with that organization. Jacob too. Both of them work really hard down there in North Carolina. They got their own 5-man, 8-man leagues. Their 5-man runs from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock, dude. They have 20 plus teams down there playing 5-man in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's exciting. And some of our DMV teams, actually 2 of them are traveling down there to play in their league play because we didn't really have any 5-man league because of COVID. So
who's our teams going down?
Smash Mouth and Judah.
Big shout out to Smash Mouth and Judah making that trip down there to Camel City. I looked it up one time. It's about a 6-hour drive, so that's a lot of work to do to go down there for league ball. But you know what? That's why Smash Mouth and Judah put in the work they do. That's why they get to where they get. That's why Judah is the franchise they are. That's why Smash Mouth got to the Final Four of this tournament, albeit not the best showing against the Cobras, but off games. It happens, man. The fact they got there speaks a lot of volume. And it does hurt too. They did have to sit a little bit because of the forfeit.
Yeah, and not only that, I don't want to take anything away from the Cobras because they did what they had to do to win. They were dominant. They were definitely the best team out there on Sunday for sure. So we're partnered up with Camel City, and then we also partnered up with Pittsburgh Flag Football Association out of Pennsylvania, and that's Chris Booth. So he's also partnered up with us. We also obviously are working with FFWCT, Travis, Chuck, and Natalie, and then we also have Eric Coop, Unk, everybody calls him. So he's actually a part of the event too, helping with some of the co-ed non-contact and 7-on-7 teams. But right now, I think we have 14 or 15 states represented for East Coast Nationals. So, and we're not, I would probably say my guess will probably be we would get anywhere from 25 to 50 more teams registering before it all ends. So we possibly could potentially have 20 states represented for this event. We have 157 teams currently registered. Do we have time? Can I go through a couple of the team lists real quick?
Yeah, get anything you need to out of the way.
So
you are the commissioner. You help run this, man. This is your chance to shine. This is DMVFFL Nitro.
Nice. Thank you. So with that being said, 157 teams for East Coast Nationals currently at the River City Sportsplex. There's 12 turf fields at this complex. We will have vendors out there. It's going to be a great event. But inside the 157 teams, we just added the Gauntlet division, which is a new FFWCT division that is a 5-on-5 hybrid of both contact and non-contact styles. And you have to play with players in your own state. We are going to be checking IDs. So you can't stack up from players other places. You must play with players that live in your state. That is actually going to be happening on Friday night only. So we're going to be doing that style on Friday night at the sports complex, Friday only. Right now we have 3 teams in that division. I expect that division to sell out.
What's represented?
Right now we have Maryland, 2 Marylands, and Virginia. I know we're going to have a Texas. We're going to have a few North Carolina. We're going to have a few DC teams. I know that there's a couple Pennsylvania teams that are talking about registering. So that one's going to be huge.
Looking forward to it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's definitely good. So then we jump into 4-on-4 open division, which is the men's open division. We have 13 teams in that division. So they're going to get that max cash prize. Then we have 5-on-5 non-contact men's open. Right now they're at 17 teams and they're going to get that max cash prize. We have 5-on-5 contact men's pro comp division. There are 17 teams in that, and all of them are studs. Every single team on there is a stud, and they've reached their max cash prize also. We have 5-on-5 contact men's rec. They're at 16 teams, so they've reached their max prize. We have contact over 35 men's division. There's one team. We're going to get a couple more of those. We have 5-on-5 women's open contact division. We have 2 teams there, but I think we're going to get a few more. If we have 4 teams, we're going to have the style. We also have 5-on-5 non-contact co-ed, which blew up. We have 10 teams in that division. We have 5-on-5 non-contact women's only open division. We have 5 teams there, so we're definitely going to be offering that style. 7-on-7 right now, AFFL style. We only have 1 team registered for that. My thought is we're probably going to push them to the 7-on-7 screen division, which has 5 teams registered. 8-on-8 contact pro division. There are 8 solid 8-on-8 pro teams registered for that division. That's going to be super competitive. I know a lot of other teams are going to be hopping in that division. They're just waiting till the last minute for some unknown reason. 8-on-8 contact men's competitive division has 16 teams currently from all over the East Coast. Right now, that max team count for that division is 24. So there are some spots open, but not a lot. The 8-on-8 contact rec is maxed out. There is a waiting list. We have 32 teams registered with 1 on the waiting list. So that's the division that is going to take up most of the day for the 8-man. I'm going to scroll down. We have 8-on-8 screen co-ed open. We have 10 teams registered. We're going to take care of them, show them some love. We appreciate the support from the 8 screen co-ed teams. That's going to be a fun style. Some other exciting news about East Coast Nationals is we just secured an opportunity for all of the teams that won last year's division. They can get rings. They can get championship rings. So we have an opportunity, coaches, captains, we're going to be reaching out to you guys soon. See if you guys want to purchase those rings, which I know you do. They look sweet. They're really cool. We also are super excited about this year just because it's such a large event. We are not going to have as many of the COVID restrictions as we did last year. But it's going to be a great event. Stop waiting, register now. If you have any questions, hit one of the directors up. We listed them early. Joe, you still there? What you doing, homie?
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Are you still there, Craig?
I am. Why are you guys
excited I'm just excited for East Coast Nationals, dude. April 30th now, May 1st, May 2nd. It's a 3-night, 2-day tournament in Richmond, Virginia. 12 fields, multiple styles. We got 5s, we got 7s, we got 8s, we got 4s.
It's good stuff. Did you get anybody else that wanted to come on tonight that were available, or nobody?
Don Willis from the Cartel is coming on actually right after you. Okay.
Well, if you don't have any questions, comments, concerns for me, I'll hop on. I'm gonna hop off and give him an opportunity to speak. We can do that.
All right, we can do that. Perfect. I'm just glad to hear from you, Craig. I'll tell you, man, Definitely. It was good being there this weekend at the tournament. I had a great time, man. It's always a great time with the DMVFFL and TBT in the house.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much more to come. You know, if you're watching this, support TBT. They're a great organization. They know what they're doing. They have a quality product, and they always do what they say and say what they do. That is most important right there.
Big facts. Absolute big facts. Thank you, Craig, for coming on tonight. We'll get a chance to talk to you in about a month from now when we get towards East Coast Nationals coverage of that. we'll begin that week right after the weekend is done. We got a busy couple weeks ahead, Rosser. It's going to be a long road to East Coast Nationals. 2021's a ride. Thank you, DMVFFL Nitro, for kicking us off. Craig, you have a good night, sir.
You too, guys. Thank you, guys.
See you, Greg.
Thank you, Craig.
See you guys.
Joining us now from your 8-man championship team, Cartel. This man's been waiting all night to get in. We apologize for the long wait. Don was telling me half an hour ago he's ready to go. Craig had a lot to say, though. Welcome in tonight, Mr. Don Willis.
What's going on, Joey? How you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Cartel shit.
Y'all were just killing it this weekend, dude. I had the privilege
coming up into this. We put in a lot of work coming up into this, a lot of practice, a lot of preparation. Just we've been on it.
It definitely showed for sure. You guys came out, you balled out, you went out there, no fear whatsoever. You looked at the competition right in the eye and said, bring it on. It started out with prime time in the morning. That set the tone for the rest of the day.
We slow that game. That was we was rough that morning, starting out with prime time. We picked it up the second game.
That second game against the New Era Firehawks, that didn't even get to the 2-minute mark of the second half. That game was called 22 minutes into the game. 34-0. 2 pick sixes by the Firehawks in the final minute. Put them in a hole. Cartel with the dagger on the next drive. That's just how you straight up beat a team up.
Yeah, man. We were ready for them. After the first game, we locked in. We threw a couple picks early in that first game, just early morning, lagging. It's cold. Like Craig said, the ground was frozen the first game we played. It started warming up that New Era game. And then by the time we got to our 11 o'clock game, that was a huge game for us as well. Patriots, Maryland Select Patriots. They were a good team too.
Yeah, the Select Patriots. That was a very competitive game in the first half early on.
But those boys are tough, man. They're going to be all right. They're going to be all right in a couple months. Get them a couple months. They're going to be somebody that's going to make some noise.
They definitely had a lot of fight in them, man. Like that first half, that was a close game until that punt where he didn't even punt it. He just ran to the right and got his flag pulled for a loss of 11. The next play, deep bomb, touchdown, just like that. Cartel took over, never looked back, and they advanced to Sunday with that victory. Impressive victory. But you're right. The Maryland Select Patriots, they definitely have potential. Ross, you had a chance to see the Select Patriots in action on Sunday. What were your thoughts on them?
Yeah, definitely potential. They had good defense.
Yeah.
They're ferocious.
Yeah, definitely showed a lot of fight and tenacity out there on the field. Sunday, we kicked off winners bracket round. You had a 10 a.m., not so early as it was on Saturday.
Yeah, DMV Elite. That's been a little rival going back to with me and Matrix going back to the Thundercats. That was a game we played them a few times back then. So coming in, we already kind of knew who they were, knew what they were about. They switched their quarterback up. That threw us off a little bit, but it was the same team. And we had a dogfight with them, and it's always a dogfight with them. They're another team that all the DMV teams, they're going to play tough defense. They're going to play strong up front, and that's where we're excelling at right now is up front. So we had a dogfight with them. I don't feel like they should have scored on us, but fourth down, they got one on us. It is what it is. But we came back. We finished that game up strong, and we got into that Spartans game. Woo.
That was
probably one of our toughest games. That was one of the toughest games I played in. They blocked before. Team, man. They blocked before all game.
Mm-hmm.
Blocked before. They were tough up front too. That was one of those games where it was like we halftime adjusted a lot, and once we found our adjustment, we locked in, and we didn't give up any points in the second half of that game or the DMV Elite game.
Yeah, you got that defense.
They scored the first drive both of those games, and that was it.
Yeah, I said it all weekend. That defense, I think you guys had a pick in almost every single game, if not every game.
We did. We had one every game.
Yeah, but I just remember that defense was just picking one off. Yeah,
that's Marcel, that's Quaid, that's Marty, Mike. Our secondary is young, so they're locking in and they're understanding the game a lot more. So now it's starting to show. The more we play, the more it's starting to show for them. And we're young. We're a young team. And I heard somebody on that Baltimore page. I'm gonna address that. I heard that Baltimore page boy said, yeah, they stacked up their team to come down there. That's our team.
Wow, hold on a second. You said somebody said something. Who was it? We gotta know.
I ain't even gonna get in the names.
Talk, man.
If they watching, they know that was our team. Don't get it confused. Like we came down there with a stacked team. We got 2 other teams that's here that's loaded too. So we ain't come down there with no stacked team. That was our team. That's the same team. We just lost the lights out at the breast cancer tournament in October last year. Lost the lights out and lost the Savages. Lost the fully loaded in Richmond. So that was our same team. We didn't change anything. We just practiced and got better. And it goes to show when you put in that work, the work pays off. We got better. As the months went on, we started learning more. We started getting better and better. And it showed this tournament. And it showed at Nationals. We played fully loaded at Nationals. Fully loaded is a very good rec team. Lights out, very good rec team. Like, we had to move up. We won, we had to move up. I expected lights out to probably move up too, but I don't know what they're going to do. So I'm going to leave that alone. But I had to address that because I ain't like that. Like, we came with our regular team. Nothing changed. We just got better. We put in work.
Absolute facts, 100%. And that led to the Untouchables championship game, a game that you, Ross Collins, actually covered. And we saw the Untouchables in action. They had been a team that in the comp division all year 2020 was in there.
We watched them. Their quarterback, he's a dog. He could play. We watched them. They number 6 receiver. He was a dog too. They could play. And we know we got one this time. We know we're going to have to play them again. We know it's going to be a long year with them, Savages, a couple other teams. It's going to be a long year in that comp division, but we're built for it. We waited our time. It's our turn to get some wins and play ball. And we put in the work constantly. We don't just sit around and just play tournaments. Our whole team is split up into 2 5-man teams on top of playing 8-man. So we're getting chemistry. We're building our chemistry and playing together on a regular basis. It's not just we go to tournaments and we don't really have a big 8-man league here that's going to have team after team like the Baltimore League has or like the DMV has. Like, so we get our work in where we can get our work in at.
Yeah, you got to these days, man. Anytime you get a chance to get work in, go out and do it. And, we talked about, Ross, a few months ago, the whole figure flag football now it's all about a franchise. It's all about multiple styles. It isn't just being an 8-man team. It isn't just being a 5-man team. It's going out there, playing what you can to get the chemistry and experience you need to succeed at a high level in this sport.
Yeah, and that's what we've been doing. Like, we're our 2 5-man teams are quality control and Mambas. Like, I'm the backup quarterback for 8-man, so I quarterback my 5-man team, and Nature's quarterbacks his 8-man team because he's the starter. And we're split up between those 2 teams. We didn't intentionally do it, but that's how it ended up happening after a while. And that's where we get our extra work in that. So we're building chemistry because I got a set of receivers that's on my team. He has a set of receivers that's on his team. Our defenses are split up, rush, blocking backs, everybody split up to where we're all getting work, but we're all pretty much under the same type of umbrella as far as playing. And we had to play against each other as well. So, like, that's a good practice where we're playing against each other and we're pushing each other to be better. So it's tough to just sit around. Like, we can't sit around. We'll get up and drive and come to the DMV and play and don't care. So
I like that. I like that spirit 100%. It's great seeing guys travel from all over to get the smoke, no matter where they're from or where they're heading to. Going out.
It's our second home, though. That's where I got bred at, coming up there. And when it was really 8-man, when it was Metro Cup and stuff like that. So that's where I got that from. Like, as far as going up there, Matrix bought me under his wing, and that's who took me up under there and going to DC. And we used to play in the Eli League when I was younger. So we've been going down there. So we know what that type of smoke's like, and we prepped our team for that. So we were ready for that. And back to the Untouchables game, like, that was a tough game. That wasn't a pushover game at all. That was them and the Spartans were 2 games where it was like we had to lock in and the Untouchables scored first on us too. And they were up at the half 8-0. So we had to fight in that game. It wasn't like we just like dominated that game. We put in, we had to make some adjustments. We had to make some plays within that game too, because number 6, he was on fire. First half, he was on fire. He was balling, and we had to lock in and get some stops. And we got a couple stops and put some points on the board and finish that game out strong.
And finish it out strong you did. Cartel, your 2021 DMVFFL Nitro 8-man champions. The question I have now is, what's next for the Cartel? What are we looking at for the next couple weeks? Maybe even as we get closer to East Coast Nationals, or are you not waiting for the next event?
Craig kind of touched on it, but I guess he didn't want to get a name out. So we're playing pro at the East Coast Nationals.
You're playing pro?
Yeah, we're going to get some smoke. It is what it is. So we're playing pro for that tournament.
I admire it, man. You go. I mean, we talk about it. You guys went and you won Wreck-It Worlds back at Panama City Beach. That you came out and won this comp tournament over this past weekend up in Westminster. The big step to pro, though, I recommend it. That's what it's going to work for. I can tell you guys are more than ready for this.
For us, it's a measuring stick to see where we're at. Like, we can't know where we're at if we don't play against some of these A teams. Like, Untouchables get to play against A teams all year. Savages, they get to play against A teams all year. We only have one A team in North Carolina, and that's the Athletes. And then we really only have 2 comp teams, which is us and Bad Intentions. So we don't get that record where we're playing against constant A teams, constant B teams all year. That's why we have to go to tournaments and come to the DMV and go other places to get that rec. So you get a chance to play somewhere, you 2 hours away from Richmond, why not play up one time and see where you stand? And then you know what you have to work on, you know where you need to get better at by doing it. So that's where we're at as far as East Coast Nationals. And then we're back in Charlotte, July. And we'll be back in our comp division in July in Charlotte. And I think we might have a bid to that. I'm not sure, but we'll be there for the Flag Football World Tour. That's not a national, but it's a big tournament.
Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. I think they did that last year, actually.
We'll be there for that too. That's one of the 3 tournaments, I think, is that. It's East Coast Nationals, Vegas, and the Charlotte tournament. Those are their 3 big tournaments for the year from FFWCT.
Really looking forward to seeing how it all plays out this year on the 2021 FFWCT circuit. I'm excited, man, especially after watching you guys this weekend. A lot of potential going into East Coast Nationals. You know for sure we will have the Cartel on East Coast Nationals May 1st and 2nd. Live from Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's going to be a good one. I mean, we got our work cut out for us. There's definitely some teams in there, and there's some teams that haven't signed up yet that we know we're going to have to deal with. But what better time to deal with it than start the summer off with East Coast Nationals and play some of those pro teams that have been putting in work for years. That's really, like you said, built their franchises up. That's how we're going to get our name up. We go out and knock a few of them teams off or have a run down there, then our name's on the map too, and our franchise is built up. And we're young. Like I said, we're young. We're young, but we stuck together. We've been together a year and a half, maybe. So we've been putting in the work with a constant core for a year and a half.
And that work has definitely shown out this year. You go back to what happened at Worlds. You look at what happened this past weekend. What is to come for the Cartel this upcoming 2021 8-man flag football season? We shall find out. Anything else you want to add tonight, Dom?
No, Cartel shit. Mamba's quality control.
100%, man. All right.
You need to come down to Campbell City for the playoffs while you playing around.
Man, it's been tough. Traveling's been hard for me. Gas prices ain't helping either right now.
Yeah, I'm just messing, man. We appreciate it.
I would love to come down to Campbell City. That's no joke. I would love to go down there. I look at that schedule, Jacob and Krista post every week, and I sit there and I'm like, man, that sounds like a fun
Gauntlet every week. Gauntlet every week.
How many teams?
20.
Oh my God, man, that's crazy.
And Judah's coming down. They're playing 8 games. Smash Mouth's playing 8 games when they come down next weekend.
That's gonna be great. Where do you all play at? What's the city that it's at?
Greensboro. Well, in between Greensboro, Winston-Salem.
Okay. If I'm in the neighborhood, I'm going to stop by. I am on a trip to Carolina. It's been too long.
Yeah, man. Come down to Charlotte for sure in the summer.
Definitely looking out for that for sure.
Yeah, man. We appreciate you though, man. It was good to see those lives and hear the commentary on it too. Like Craig was saying, that was a good thing for us. But
yeah, it was good to come out there and cover you all. Look forward to seeing you at East Coast Nationals May 1st and 2nd once again. Team Blunt Talk will be there. The cartel will be there. It's going to be lit. It's going to be legit. Looking forward to it. Anyways, anyhow, anywho, anything else you got for us tonight, Dom?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right.
Or shirt.
Represent 15 years.
Hey, man, championship shirts. You got to wear them when you get them.
Exactly, man. Congratulations.
All right, man, get at me.
All right. I'll see you East Coast Nationals.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good night, Dom.
All right, you too.
All right. And Dom joining us. Anyways, let us get ready to wrap this one up. It's been nice joining us tonight. DMVFFL Nitro. What a time it was, everybody. We'll see you May 1st, May 2nd, East Coast Nationals, our next event for 5 and 8s. We look forward to it. And stay tuned in a few moments. We got a good one for you. YAFFL 8-man. Good night, everyone.